Meet a couple making over $130,000 a year. They're stressed, exhausted, and one emergency away from panic. Let me explain how that happens. Both professionals, solid careers. On paper, they're winning. In real life, they're tired, always behind. One unexpected bill throws everything off. Savings barely last a month. Most nights, they barely talk, just eat, scroll, sleep, repeat. And the craziest part? They did everything right. Degrees, careers, marriage, mortgage, combined finances. Played the game exactly as designed. So why does it still feel like survival mode? If you've ever thought, we make too much money to feel this broke, stay with me, because this isn't bad budgeting. It's a trap. We were taught something simple. Two incomes are better than one. Sound obvious. If one salary can support a household, two should mean comfort, security, freedom. But instead, millions of families got stress. More money, less breathing room. Researchers studying household finances found something shocking. Dual-income families aren't more stable. They're more fragile. More likely to fall apart financially after one setback. Not because they're irresponsible, because they have no margin. A few decades ago, most households ran on one income. The second adult wasn't unemployed. They were the backup plan. If something went wrong, someone could step in temporarily. That second income was insurance. Today, that insurance policy is already spent. Now both adults work full-time, not to build wealth, but just to survive. Housing, childcare, healthcare, transportation, education. We didn't gain freedom. We lost resilience. Here's where it gets sneaky. Let's say one partner earns $70,000 and the other earns $50,000. That sounds powerful, but watch what happens to that second income. Higher taxes, child care costs, second commute, second car, more eating out, more convenience spending. By the time everything shakes out, that $50,000 barely improves your life, sometimes not at all. Yet because your gross income looks high, you qualify for bigger mortgages, bigger car payments, bigger fixed costs. So your lifestyle quietly becomes dependent on both incomes forever. That's where the trap snaps shut. When both incomes are required just to survive, something dangerous happens. There's no backup plan. If one person loses their job, if someone gets sick, if burnout hits, if a child needs extra care, the whole system collapses instantly. That's why millions of successful households are one emergency away from crisis. Not because they're bad with money, but because they're operating with zero margin. Here's the shift. Build your life like you only have one income. Even if you have two, let one salary cover housing, food, utilities, transportation, basics. Let the second salary build savings, investments, freedom, options, not lifestyle inflation. This restores what modern families lost: flexibility. Smaller house than you qualify for. Older cars, less lifestyle pressure. But in return, control. Within a few years, that second income, when invested, starts producing income of its own. Now work becomes a choice. Emergencies stop feeling like disasters. Burnout becomes optional. That's real wealth, not income. Freedom. Two incomes aren't the problem. Spending both incomes is. Security doesn't come from how much you earn. It comes from how much flexibility you preserve. Most people never realize they're trapped. Now you do. The question is, what are you going to do about it?